What's up, y'all? Salazar the 16th coming back at you. Here we are for vlog number 4. Just got off work, just got in, and my evac package came finally. And we're gonna unbox that here in the vlog, and then afterwards I'm gonna do some kind of fancy fandangled fucking rebuild of my airsoft rifle. There should be in this box a motor, a gear set, and a good set of iPro. Let me just get out a blade real quick and we'll find out. Unfortunately, I don't have anywhere nice to set you. Fancy fandangled camera stand, aka a screwdriver. Chill over there. Hopefully that isn't too terrible. See, I've already censored it. Open that up. I need to sharpen this blade. And by sharpen, I mean replace. $15 at Home Depot right there. This is a $40 or $50 package. Oh, there's those high precision gear shims. See those little tiny metal rings in there. That's what we're going for with that. Goggles and the tawny, 'cause awesome. Wow, those look smaller than I'm used to. Maybe. It'll probably look bigger when I actually put it in the rifle. Spiral bevel and helical gear set there. And there's the piece de resistance, a high torque motor from Golden Eagle. And double check our packing slip. iPro, bevel gear, motor, shim set. Yep, that is exactly what we're expecting. And just toss that out of the way for now. And you may be noticing I've got my headphones around my mouth, or around my neck, with the mic sticking up. Well, I'm doing that because instead of going through the GoPro microphone, which we have surely noted that it is shit, I am deciding to record my voice, and I'm going to lay it over the audio instead to try and make it a little better. Man, that is nice. Oh my. Listen to that. That's crazy. That is some seriously strong magnets. Now, don't get that confused with the sound of a bad motor. That's just how strong the magnet is on this. I'm really having to turn it to get it to go. There's tons of brush block on that, too. I love it. Those tabs look bigger, too. Hopefully it means it's better. So basically, I'm doing these vlogs, right? And y'all haven't had a decent update in quite a while, you know? And I thought now would be a good time. I'm right off work. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous work. Ooh. So that's what a good gear set looks like. Those are shiny. Keep in mind, you guys are on a GoPro, so I don't know how well that's going to focus, but look at those. That helical gear set's going to look great, and should be silent. I mean deathly silent. And that's exactly what we're going for. You will notice, however, where it interacts with the spur gear, it's straight teeth. Jesus! Oh, this is going to be awesome. And my iPro, let's check that out real quick. So I just came back from work. I checked the mail, as I commonly do. And my package is here, finally. Speaking of which, I need to send that email. Because Evike asked me to confirm that I actually got it. Oh, those are nice. I don't feel bulky like I used to. My other ones stick off my face a solid inch and a half. And again, that's what you get for buying Walmart cheapy stuff and modify to make it work. So that's actually really nice. I was just not expecting something this good. It's starting to get a bit dark in here. I'll just turn the lights on. Cool. Okay. So yeah, those are pretty good. Let's take a look at those shim sets, because I am going to do a full reshim of my AEG mech box of the M16 DMR. Since we've got the new motor and new bevel gears, it's probably a good idea to do so if you... Oh, wow. That's right, I got the Ultra Precision. I got 20-piece 0.2 mil and 20-piece 0.1 mil. Man, those things are just thin as paper. Look at that. There's a 2 in the 0.1. Just look at the cross-section on those. They are so tiny. Like you can't really see. That's insane. I'm afraid to take them out because I think I'm going to drop them, you know? So, that's the unboxing from Evike. Much appreciated on that one. And hopefully everything goes back together the way I want it to. And it'll be all fancy fandangled niceness. Alrighty. So, I started these vlogs to kind of assess my mental health in real time. So here's this portion of it. I'm tired, I'm hot, and I'm getting sick and tired of scrubbing corrosion, because that's all we've been doing for the past month and a half that I've been, you know, working. It's been all corrosion work on airplanes. We worked 7.5 hours today scrubbing rust off of an aircraft, and there's still probably around 101 corrosion maps still outstanding. Jesus, that's so fucking crazy. That is nuts. Now I gotta figure out how to take off this pinion gear and put that one on. So that's gonna be the hard part. Obviously without breaking it. I'm going to experiment with the old motor on how to remove that without destroying gears. But this is a stock gear, so I'm not too worried about it. But when it comes to putting the new one on, I really got to make sure I don't fuck it up. Because I do not have the little press tool that Evike sells. And I wish they rented it. Because if they rented it out, I definitely would have done so. But yeah, we've been doing corrosion masks like crazy lately. And I swear to God, if I see another piece of sandpaper again, I'm gonna flip shit. It's insanely tedious to scrub down the aircraft with a piece of sandpaper this big, and you have to go through the paint, clean the corroded metal, feather the paint back out, so it's a nice smooth transition, and then you go over it with special paint to cover it up. It's like some high epoxy primer stuff, and it's just a nightmare to use because it's an expensive product, and we're being told don't use it unless you absolutely have to, and we've got these 104 MAFs left that 90% of it is either bare metal or requires primer. It's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to paint it? Do you not want me to paint it? What's going on here? And of course, my leadership put out today, if you're going to use, it's a special paint marker, kind of like this one, but instead of having the metal canister, it's a rubberized plastic stuff, and it's a two-part paint with a little blockage there, and you pull back a tab and it releases that block, and then you shake it up to mix the paint, and after you do that you get about an hour of work out of that paint pen. And they're telling us don't throw it away, set it aside for future use, for night check. And it's just like, okay, if that stuff solidifies in an hour and I'm using it at 9 in the morning, it's really not going to be useful for the guys coming in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But, you know, that's just common sense. God knows we're all lacking that. What else are we doing lately? RIMPAC's going on. We got some guys out there doing some awesome stuff with the rest of the fleets. We just got word from them that so far the bird is still A-okay, and they're doing good things out there, showing off. Unfortunately, it's not really something I can talk too much about because I'm not there, so I don't really have the information. Just astounds me how good this gear looks. It just seems so small, though. I feel like the one that's in the gun already is bigger. I gotta remember how to take this shit apart. That's what I gotta do. Take it apart and put it back together. But yeah, that's the vlog. Not really a whole lot of information in it this time. Wifey just got a job, actually. She's working down at AutoZone. They're in town, which is nice. She's actually at work right now, which is why I feel... Honestly, I don't feel comfortable recording around her. I've noticed in my stream recordings, I'll be talking and, you know, laughing and joking and having a good time. She walks in, my face drops. And I feel like it's not, oh God, she's here. I think it's more like, oh God, she's here. And I get nervous, and it's anxiety-inducing, really. I don't know. It's a hard feeling for me to explain because I've never had to deal with this, you know? It's almost like stage fright, I guess. Yeah, it's like stage fright. Back when I was forced to be in drama for like middle school and that, I did the same thing. I got out there and I lock up. I can't do performance in that. I never have been able to. There's some stuff on my mic. Boom. It's kind of frustrating. If you guys are watching this and you haven't seen the Airsoft video, please go back and watch it. It's a great field that I went to recently, and I got that recording. It's called Firefox Airsoft in Arlington, Washington. And it's an amazing field, 30 acres, tons of terrain variation and barricades, and they got like boats out there, just kind of in a sand pile, which made no sense. But it almost looked like it had fallen from the sky in a forward motion and like impaled itself into the sand pile. Looked really cool. They had tree debris out there. Like they bulldozed down some trees into a large pile, which, you know, sucked, but made some interesting cover. One of our snipers actually like crawled down through the tree pile and found like an opening where he could kind of fit comfortably and sight downrange. And he would shoot from inside there and start tagging people with start hitting people from such a long distance. Nobody knew where he was. They were shooting like the top of the pile, thinking, is that a barrel? Maybe it's a tree branch. Obviously it was a tree branch. So that was cool. They had this valley. They had trenches, and they had they had a hill that went kind of halfway through the field. And then they cut a pass through there, basically, and then they put a bridge over the pass, and then that pass went down into deep trench, like good 3-foot deep trench, going into the city. It was a congregation of storage crates, basically, like wooden storage crates, which even that was phenomenal. I mean, it's not much to look at, but in the actual gameplay, it was a lot of fun. Especially in the second game we were there for. We were playing a game style they called Juggernaut. In my mind, it was more like Escort the VIP, but whatever. They called it Juggernaut. How strong is this? What state of it? It is sticking to the bottom of my desk. That's how strong the motors are on this thing. That's crazy. Well, let's stick to the case. Hard drive is down there, so I'll put it up there. Yeah, it sticks to the case quite well. Damn. There's even, like, positive side markings on this thing. I didn't know it mattered. Maybe that's why my last motor burnt out so quick. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. See if I can find... Yeah, right there's the desk. Look at this. It's through quarter-inch glass. That's crazy. Damn. But yeah, now that the video is 20 minutes long and I've been dicking around with a motor for most of it, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it does help out my channel quite a bit. Also, I'm starting a GoFundMe. So I'm starting a GoFundMe to allow me to start getting up money to start an airsoft field out in Michigan. It's going to be 30 or 40 acres with a fort and a marina, and I'm going to do some gun batteries and a big highway and a small city out in the distance. I kind of want it to look like post-apocalyptic, so that'll be really interesting to experiment with. My buddy and I were joking around about it last night. We were talking way too late. I stayed up way too late last night. But we were joking around about it, and then we're like, wait a second, we could actually, do this if we really wanted to. And I'm like, well, hell, if you're up for it, I'm kind of up for it. The only question is when. And, of course, the when was answered with when do we have the money. So that's why I'm starting to GoFundMe. Right now my goal is $100,000. And that'll get me the property to do it on. It'll be kind of centralized in Michigan. Kind of, well, for you Michiganders out there, the universal map of Michigan. Hold on, let me just kind of set you all there. It'll be kind of in the Palm area, so kind of in here, out in the middle of nowhere, kind of central between Grand Rapids and Lansing. If y'all kind of get that kind of idea. And there's a lot of kindas in this because I don't know yet. I found a nice 40-acre plot on Zillow for $70K. And then that $30K will be building material and startup cost, Get some advertising out there. It'll be on social media when we actually try and open the gates. And of course I'll be taking you guys along with me the entire time. Where's the... Okay, camera's down there. Microphone, rather. Not that it matters, because I'm going through this one. Hopefully the computer knows that I'm going through this one. So yeah, that'll be really cool to start. I got a few sketches and different ideas in my mind for the layout and how I want it to go. I want at least half of it to be wooded. So if you think of a square, I want 2 of the corners to be heavily wooded, and then thinning out towards the center where the highway is going to be. And then the marina and the fort will be off on one side, whereas the city and I'm going to do a garbage dump, so piles of rubble and dunes and all that will be on the other side of the highway. With a bunch of cool stuff in between. As far as the highway decoration, I'm going to be doing like broken down cars and tipped over semi-trucks and buses and that. Basically whatever I can get my hands on. I'm going to do some boats down in the marina. I'm going to dig that out and make it look like it started to wash the highway out as it recedes down into the depth. I'm going to do... I might do some trenching or some foxholes around the fort. I'm going to do a river down by where the city is. There's going to be a little river that comes across all the way. Then the highway will have a bridge, and there'll be a couple other bridges along there. Whether or not that river is wet or dry depends on if it rains lately. Going to try not to have it a natural river, because I really don't want to deal with it. Somebody falling in, getting washed away, or anything like that. If it's like a creek, I could do more with it, I guess. Like just a shallow, narrow, just a little trickle creek. I could like dig that out and make it into something a little more substantial. And yeah, this is going to be a big business venture. Me and my buddy are going to go into it. We're discussing field rules and all kinds of stuff like that. Obviously, full CLI protection is a must. And for children, or for people under the age of 18, I'm going to require masks to protect teeth. Whether that be mesh or fabric or anything like that. Waivers, obviously, that's going to be a thing. For initial cost to get in, I'm going to do like $30 just to try and ease my way out of the hole. And then for once we get really established as a field, then people are coming back over and over. I'll bring the cost down to 15 to 20 with rental packages to bring you up to like $50 total. And that'll be a gun, gear, sidearm, ammo, eye protection, face mask, hat, whatever you want. Depending on what you need, it'll be a rental. If you want a more higher power rifle, it'll be more expensive, stuff like that. And of course, that'll all come in due time. That'll be quite a ways down the road. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the vlog here. Thanks for watching. Like I said before, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because it really helps my channel. And please, do some comments. Let me know if you guys are liking that I'm doing these vlogs, or if you guys are liking the comments, or the topics, rather. Let me know what you guys feel about that airsoft field. I'm going to put a link to the GoFundMe down in the description. So far, I started it last night, and we've already got no donations whatsoever. I know I psyched some people up like, oh my god, no, we got nothing so far. Then again, I started it less than... See, I started last night about 11 p.m., so we're coming up on 22, 23 hours, something like that? No. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, yeah, about 18 hours. Yeah, that's not bad. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog. I'm gonna get my gun out, and I'm gonna start tinkering around, and then I'll record how to change some stuff. I'm gonna start by experimenting with the old motor, trying to pull the old pinion off, and then I'll rip this pinion off and try and stick the new one on. Hopefully, without breaking it. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Salazar the 16th, and we're here with my version 2 gearbox out of my DMR AEG monster M16 thingamadoohicker. I'm just going to keep saying random words till y'all stop listening. Anyways, my parts came in today, and if you watched the vlog, then you know that, because well, if you just watched the vlog, then you know that, because I just fucking did it. So I got the gun all disassembled and ready to go, and well, I'm assuming you're watching this because you want to know how. Alright? So today I have... I'm going to lay out all my newbie stuff. Where'd that motor go? This is the new lineup. I got a new super high power Golden Eagle motor. I got a brand new high power door slam. High torque motor from Golden Eagle, precision shim set, helical bevel gear, and twist pinion gear. Look at that. So beautiful. And we're going to shove all this into there. Well, that'll go elsewhere, but I do need to figure out how to take off that pinion gear, and I'm going to be figuring that one as I go. First thing you gotta do is actually disassemble your gun down to the gearbox, which I clearly have already done because that's the easy part. The hard part is afterwards. And as I'm going through, I'm cleaning off all the parts, making sure they're still good, and going from there. So I haven't noticed anything that needs replacing yet. By the way, my wife just walked in. So that's what the door slam was. So we're going to go in, we're going to pull all the screws and that out of the gearbox, and there's a shave of metal there, so that's a bad sign. We're going to go into the gearbox and we're going to check out everything. Clearly I already know at least the bevel gear is shot because of the condition of the old motor. I don't know how well y'all can really see it, but these teeth on the pinion are shot, and you can see my hasty repair of that motor contact there. I soldered the broken off tab directly to the brush wire, and that is really not recommended. It worked. It did not work well. So that was quite interesting for me. So I'm going to experiment with that, trying to pull that pinion. I'm going to go through, pull all the screws out of the gearbox, and I am going to warn you now, if you're following along, don't. Watch the entire video, then go back through step by step. Alright? I tell you this so you know what to expect. So first things first, get a nice little stand here. As you're undoing these screws, there are quite a few of them in this version too. When you get down to the last few, you're going to want to hold it like so. You're really going to want to hold it, because once that spring tension gets released, if you're not careful, it'll get released all over your room. In this case, all over my living room. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to take all that apart, and then we'll get back to it after I clean all the extra grease off.
What's up, y'all? Alright, so I got the gearbox all broken down. It's here in front of me. And basically, here is what we are looking at. So I've got both halves of the gearbox shell. I've got the tappet plate pulled, and that looks to be in relatively good condition. I need to clean it up a little better. Piston, same thing. Good condition, a little bit of wear here on the end, but it still has a good seal, so I'm not going to worry about that. Cylinder, you can see in the light there, there's almost no damage whatsoever, so that's a good thing. Spring, you can see it's got a little bit of a warp to it. It's got a little bit of curve, but that shouldn't be an issue, hopefully. Sector gear, a little bit of wear there on the lower, the smaller set of teeth here, but not anything I would consider fatal. And the main teeth look relatively good as well. On the spur gear, I've actually got a little bit of corrosion on the spur gear, which is surprising to me, and I just probably spit in your guys' ears. And on the top, I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but you can see striations here on the surface, and that tells me I suck at shimming. So I need to focus a little bit more on that for next time. Yeah, it's very clear that this was a problem. So what happened was, where each part of the gear interacts was just rubbing ever so slightly, and the question is, which was it rubbing on? I'm going to set down the camera so I can get a good look. So this fits into the spur gear like so. So if it was, oh yeah, matches up almost perfectly. So what was happening was, where the spur gear interacts with the sector gear, looks like the sector gear was too low and was causing the grinding, the discoloration and grinding you can see on this spur gear. Maybe you guys will be able to see it with a little bit more better light on it. You can really see it right on the outside of these teeth, or inside of these teeth. And from my angle, it's just little curved hashes. So I need to work on that so that I don't blow out a sector gear too. I have removed all the old shimming. I will not be reusing it because I have no idea any of the spacing, anything like that. And also some of these shims look bent out of place and kind of gnarly. So I'm just going to set these aside to be thrown out. I'll throw them in there, get them recycled. So I'm going to clean up the gearbox shell itself now to really clean all that out. And also I'm going to try and rip the old motor's pinion off first, in case I fuck it up. I don't actually jack up the brand new one. That was $40 that my buddy bought for me. And yeah, so that's the game plan right now. I will get back to you if/when it goes well. Catch you later. Hey guys, guess what? I forgot to do a closer, so here we are. It's now a day or two after because I've just been so swamped. It just didn't happen. I got the gearbox back together. Everything went great. Got the pinion on, got the old one off, and I actually had to go through and take the Dremel to the old one and kind of sanded it all the way down to where I could spread it apart and really tear it off of the pinion, the motor shaft. However, it got me a little bit right there. You can just barely tell. But what had happened was, like an idiot, I was trying to pry it off. Where's the old one? The old one is in the garbage. So I'll just show you how I did that. I went in like so and was trying to like really pry it off, but I was holding it like that and applying force here. Don't do that. I ended up slipping off, going into my knuckle about yay far. So from the insertion, about so deep, about half an inch or so, and almost nicked the tendon there, which would be a very bad day for me. Luckily, it has since healed. Still a little stiff in the morning, as to be expected. You know, not moving it around much. It hurts riding a motorcycle to work in the morning, and that clutch is painful. So I put it all back together. It functions flawlessly. I still need to do some fine adjustments to the motor, and maybe a little bit more lube to the gears. But I don't really have any good lube for it, so I'm waiting on my next order from e-bike, which I don't have an ETA on yet because I don't really have the money for it, to get their special gun silicone lube for the gearbox and the cylinder. So this is the lower and stock of my M16. You see I did my own attempt at camo. Did not go well. And it's actually starting to rub off back here when I repainted it black. You can just you can really see what pattern I was going for, or lack thereof. I kind of took some 1/4-inch painter's tape and just kind of did lines and then painted them different colors. And then, like an idiot, I tried to crunch up some leaves and stick it on there to change the coloration. It It was terrible. I am talking to one of my friends, a very good friend. He's great at painting. About doing a cool camo pattern on this and the upper. I'm not too worried about the lower, because when I shoot, I'm like so wearing black gloves, so really you'd only see this portion. So it's not that big of a deal for me. This isn't comfortable for me. It's hard on the wrist, so I'm always like so. What else had to be done? Got it shimmed up nice, so there's almost no rattle to it. Once I actually find all the stuff that does rattle. That's just the battery. It's back here. I'm running LiPo fucking 7.4s at 2200 milliamp hour. I don't know how long it's gonna last in a battle, but it's nice. I'm gonna do some on-field adjustments to this, meaning when I'm actually firing ammunition. I don't really have a place I can do that around here, so it's going to be at the next game. I'm going to bring a flathead for the motor adjustment plate. You see it down there. Most of them are actually little tiny Allen keys, and I don't like that. Especially with this one, the spring in it is a little more powerful than I'm used to, and I feel it would strip it out. Not to mention this plate is vented, and this motor gets hot. Went through, cleaned everything up. There was one thing I noted that I didn't really like. The piston looks to be getting a little worn out. They're on the side rails, so hopefully that's not going to fail anytime soon. It shouldn't, but it's possible. I did put a little cushion layer at the head of the cylinder, because I was watching Airsoft tech videos and they had recommended to get the alignment of the sector gear to piston connection to be so that the teeth meet parallel instead of where the pickup tooth hits the pickup tooth of the piston. A lot of the times you'll see them like this, and it wears down on that pickup tooth and eventually becomes unusable. So I put a little spacer at the head of the piston to allow it to be just ever so slightly farther back to make it so that the pickup tooth of the sector gear contacts it flat and then pushes it. So I'm definitely glad I watched that, so I don't have to replace my piston anytime soon. Gonna do a quick fire test. If you're gonna fire your gun dry, like nothing off the front end, no ammunition, block the nozzle slightly. Don't do it entirely, but slightly. You can see I've got a gap there. That's just to add enough resistance to the airflow so that you're not slamming your piston up against the front of it. And if you block it off entirely, it can damage your piston seal, so don't do that either. In here it's very quiet. Just make sure I'm not... still a little bit loud. Like I said, fine motor adjustment. That's all that I need to do still. So, yeah, hopefully everything will go well. And I think I'm gonna start using some heavier weight ammo. Because I've noticed even on my lowest hop-up setting, my stuff's still either going super high or super low. Like I'd shoot 2 or 3 rounds and they just dive off, and I'd adjust the hop-up up a little bit and they'd go super high. So I'm gonna go get when we go back to Forest Fire, if/when they do another game. Well, they're gonna do another game. I don't think we're gonna be there for the August game. No, we'll be in Michigan for that. So it'll be the September game, right? It's like the first Sunday of every month that they do the Airsoft, because it's actually a paintball field. But for how cheap it is, yeah. So come September, I'll be using a little heavier weight.
Should be September 2nd.
September 2nd, according to the wifey. Or when I'm in Michigan, I will convince my father to hand over his arsenal, since he is no longer all that mobile. He's got bad knee problems, and he's just now getting the surgery for it right after we leave Michigan. And yeah, he had to because of everything else. So I'm hoping to steal his arsenal. He's got a G36C. He's got the Wells 96 gas bolt action. You move it back like an inch and lock it, but it still has the full slide if you really want to. There's kind of no point. And then he's got a 1911 high cap pistol. CO2 non-blowback that I want to steal from him, as well as a bunch of heavyweight ammo, batteries, and gas, and magazines, and this, that, and the other that I would love to get my hands on. So that's the update on this, and as you guys know, this video was actually supposed to be separate from the vlog, but because I forgot a bunch of parts of this video, it is now part of the vlog. So thanks for watching the vlog and the Airsoft update video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I know that this is like the third or fourth time you've heard it, but please. Let me know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Obviously, repeating myself over and over and over and over is probably what I'm doing wrong, but tell me. Put it down there. I do read them when there's something to read. There usually isn't, and it's kind of depressing. So yeah, that's about it, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can think of. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Salazar the 16th. Wifeys, you are difficult. Have a good one.